There we are. That's us. That's us live. First time in a long while, Clark. We've not done a live broadcast for quite a wee while.
Well,
again, I think.
Look at a book and see when the last had one.
Well, my date, the date I've got for the last one here was the 24th of July, which was just before you went off on holiday. You went away and you're cruising about then, and then by the time you came back, I went and did my wee trip to France and the like. So, and so I don't know. August just seems to have been a blur. And to be fair, we're now at the 27th of September, and it's disappeared as well. So, it's been kind of hectic.
It's quick as going by.
Anyway, we're back on. It's nice for us to do it. Normally it's a Sunday night. Here we are on a Tuesday evening. The nights are fair drawn in.
It's not the nights that bother me so much, it's the mornings because they're too dark.
Aye, well, I suppose that's it. Aye, the dark morning. I didn't like it when we get to the stage where it's dark in the morning when you leave and it's dark at night when you come back again. That's when it really starts to hit. But we've got a few weeks before the clocks go forward.
That's right. Then we'll know about it.
Yeah,
no, they go back.
Well, did I say forward? Sorry, aye. They go back.
Don't be confusing people. They're going back.
No, I suppose if they went forward, it wouldn't make any difference to me because, you know, I never know whether I'm coming or going or no. So it makes it makes no difference. But it certainly would to the farmers who want that wee bit extra daylight. So
it might just do that.
To do the work. So tonight we're on you gave me a wee sample here, which I've added to my glass of Glen Moray Peated. So I'll let you tell me about it so that I can fill the wee notes in my book in. It'll be a non-age statement, I presume.
I believe you're right. I don't see it looks like that.
Oh, aye, that means there's a fair amount in it, Clark. At least I'm glad it looks like that and it doesn't look like an empty one.
The thing that surprises me is how much is in it. How much is in it, but how much is in it is the thing that surprises me.
No, that in your household that doesn't surprise me in the least, because there'll be as much in your malt whiskey bottles as there probably is in mine. You know,
yeah, there should be because you drink mine and I drink yours.
I know, and to be fair, I don't think I might have a couple of bottles that we've not opened yet.
I hope so.
But that'll be very unusual if we've not got them open. But it's just down to the fact that we haven't done this for a wee while. So, but we'll get right back into it, and we'll start. I was hoping to start once we've had our wee trip to Montefiore.
Yes.
We'll look in November because there's a number of people who have said that they want to come on and do some tastings with us. So we will pick that up in November. And we'll do that. So we'll get these guys on as well. So folk didn't just need to listen to me. I was too rambling on. The date is the 27th, Clark. This is the 27th of September. All day.
I should know that because I've written it down a few times today.
And so what can you tell me about the cask type on this?
We have a Glen Moray.
Yep.
So it's a Speyside.
Yep.
It's one of the Elgin classics, and this is the peated single malt.
Yep.
What is it saying it? Okay, that's about it. It tells you it's 40%.
Yep. Good.
Cask type. Let's see if it tells me about the cask.
And this will be the first time I think I've had a Glen Moray, Clark. I don't know if I can't remember anything in our last book being a Glen Moray. Well, maybe one.
It's a funny thing because I've got a bottle for my birthday.
Oh, well, we must have tasted it then on your birthday.
I thought we must have as well, but it's not in our books.
It's not in either of it. But the thing is, when we did your birthday, we had other people present with us, so we didn't really do our tasting.
Well, that's what it is then.
So I'm looking at this book. I started in March. Just give me 2 seconds till I lift my other book, Clark. It's up here.
Through it as well. I couldn't find it.
Up here. So I'm surprised. you know, if we did it when we were away, because there's a few in here.
There is, but there isn't another
Did we not do the dragon smoke? Did we not do the dragon smoke on your birthday?
But that's Highland Park.
Yep. But I'm just trying to get the dates that we did. We did these, so that'd have been when we were away in January, wasn't it?
February.
February.
Started in February. Didn't go before that.
No, that's what I'm saying. So the only ones I've got in February here really are we tasted the black bottle, which was quite nice.
That's right.
We did, and that's it. That's all I've got for February, which I find unusual. Because
we did get a lot of bottles in February.
We did.
Or at least I did.
And that's all I've got is that black bottle 10-year-old.
Aye. But anyway, well, what it means is we'll need to have another night and taste it again.
If you insist, I'll oblige. Because I wouldn't want to disappoint you.
No. I would be terribly disappointed if you didn't share a half of it. Right now, I'm looking at this. It tells me nothing about it. It doesn't even tell me what kind of wood the thing's in.
Right.
But it does say that subtle flavors of vanilla and oak. So I'm assuming. I'm assuming.
Yep. It sounds like it could be a virgin cask as well. It could be a new cask. That's where that vanilla is coming from for the new cask. It's there. So
I'll take it as an oak cask. But that's about as much as I'm getting.
And the other thing,
website or something.
Well, I might have a wee look at that later on. I'll put some notes when I put it up on our web page and whatever else. But if that's the case, then does that mean that peated smell is going to be a chemical rather than a cask that it's coming from?
It says on the bottle that it has been infused with peat smoke.
All right, okay. Well, let's find out if they're right.
Well, there's only one way to find out, isn't there? So it tells us nothing, really. It tells us nothing.
Right, good. Well, that's good, because then we'll know. But it is what we get, what we taste, what we smell, is how we find it, rather than maybe sometimes being led astray by what the bottle says on it. But not that we get led astray. But you know what I mean? We get the instruction from that side of the bottle, so it'd be nice. So I'm keen to get into it. It's quite a nice colour. Nice light.
It's very light, isn't it?
It's light amber colour. Yeah, it's very nice. Nice. I like it.
Mm-hmm. It's a bonny colour.
And there's no much legs on the glass in it, to be honest with you either. So, it comes after a wee bit. Sorry, I take that back. I was going to say there's nothing, but there is. Actually, all of a sudden, they've all just appeared.
Okay, they're coming down.
Just
not a great deal, actually, but they're coming.
Well, I said that, but then all of a sudden, they all just kind of appeared. It was like, as it got thinner coming down the glass, as it got thinner coming down the glass, they all kind of appeared. Anyway, your good health, Mr. Leaper. Let's get a wee nose into this and see what we think.
I think we should. Well, they were right. There's definitely vanilla.
Yes, I'm not going to... And it's quite citrusy as well. There's like a kind of orange zestiness through that.
Yes,
No, I quite like the nose of that, Clark. It is. It's very light. It's vanilla, that kind of woody light oak. That woody light oak and that zesty, kind of orange zestiness to it, which is quite nice.
And a wee subtle. So I wouldn't say the smoke is particularly strong. It's quite subtle.
No, it is. It's very, very subtle. And it's got a slight medicinal smell to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
No, I quite like that. It's not a remarkable nose on it. It's a nice nose, though. You know?
It's a nice nose, Mm-hmm. Better write some of the stuff down before I forget what we said.
Yeah, we'll just do that as well. So, but no, I do. There's a wee bit of I don't know, a pepperiness because I can find I feel it kind of catching my nose. You know, like you've taken a wee bit of snuff or something like that. Just a wee light snuff. Certainly making my nose a wee bit kind of itchy on it.
I didn't notice that until I put it right up against the top of my nose. I knew it's.
Aye.
I see what you're saying.
Now, this might be one of these ones because we've had a few in the last times we've tasted where the nose has been absolutely fantastic, and then we've tasted it and it's been a wee bit disappointing. Whereas this one's not got that much of a nose to it that I can discern anyway. So I'm hoping that the palate on it is one of those ones that I go, oh, aye, it tastes better than it smells. But
as long as it tastes worse than it smells.
But as the nose goes, I like it. I like the nose in it. It's nice and subtle. Right. It's a nice dram. Let's get this done as slange.
I think we should. Cheers.
Well, that's very pleasant.
It's much smokier tasting.
Yep.
And the nose, it's very smoky tasting.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. It's quite salty.
Yes.
It gives you that kind of impression that it's a West Coast malt. You know, it's got that kind of stuff you maybe find from a Bunnahabhain or one of those out in the West. It's got that nice. I love that peatiness to it though. And that finish on it, it leaves a salty peatiness on your tongue.
Now that's a fair bit cheaper than most of these West Coast malts.
I'm glad to hear it then.
But we're getting the same sort of taste at a cheaper price, you know. No, it's all about money, but
no, but you're looking for value for money at the end of the day, and some of them can be quite expensive, you know. And again, some people might perceive that not to be good value for money. But if this gives you that same kind of West Coast, I mean, we've had a few. I mean, I like my West Coast malts, particularly obviously my Collilas and my Bunnahabhain. But this reminds me a wee bit of the Ben Romack that we had. Not as nice as the Ben Romack. I'll be fair to say that peat smoke as part of the Organics Contrast range. This is that might be half the price. It's nice because there's a wee bit of heat right at the back of your throat, but it doesn't burn down into your chest. It's got a nice wee heat to it. I like that. And there's a sweetness to it.
Yeah.
I'm finding it quite sweet. So, aye, we'll get a scoring out of 100 on that.
Yeah.
Actually, that's quite funny. Now that I've tasted it and I'm now nosing it again.
Was it changed?
Just a wee bit. It's got that. I'm trying to remember what the sweets were that you used to get. You know that it's not the violet, you know, the wee violet ones, but you used to get they're kind of circular ones, but they were like cinnamon and something else that was in them. They were kind of brown. They were pill-shaped kind of things. They were kind of browns and pinks and different colours. They're quite hard sweets, but it's got that kind of nose to the bag.
Are you thinking of Oddfellows?
That's the ones I'm thinking about. Yes. Couldn't mind what they were called. But that's what it is.
I don't know why, but I'm looking at these two guys on the screen here, and the words Oddfellows just came to my mind.
Goodness. Well, more like Stan and Laurel. Anyway.
I'm quite enjoying this.
It's very pleasant, Clark. It's another one of those, again, if you were wanting to introduce somebody to a peated malt, this wouldn't be something on their palate that would be, would slap them around about the face like they'd been tangled. It would be something that was, it's nice and subtle, Clark. It's a lovely subtle dram.
It is. I'm surprised because I didn't used to think much of Glen Moray at all. But the past couple I've had, I've really quite enjoyed. So there you go.
It's quite funny because I've been watching Vic, my mate Vic Cameron. He's done a couple of Glen Morays recently, and he's been very complimentary of them as well. And to be fair, I've never had one before, so I didn't know what to expect from it. It wouldn't be one I would naturally go and pick off a shelf if I was going to go and buy a dram. I would always kind of err to something that I like because I know I like it. Yeah. And if I'm going to pay money for a dram, I would want to be paying money for a dram that I know I'm going to enjoy. So I probably wouldn't have reached on the shelf. Now, I've seen this in Tesco's on a number of occasions, and like you're saying, good value for money sometimes, round about the £38 mark. And again, sometimes with your Tesco's card, you can get it for about 28, 30 quid sometimes, depending on where you are. So for a single malt whiskey, kind of peated variety, at that kind of money, it's great value for money. And it's one that I would have at home if I was going to maybe sit and have a dram on my own one night. I would have a Glen Moray like this because that's what I like. I had one of the black bottles the other night. Poured myself a black bottle. I was just thinking about the old chap who gave me the bottle, who had passed away, and it had come into my mind when I was sitting watching a program on television the other night there, and I thought, oh, that just reminds me of Bill. I'm going to go and pour a wee dram and just think of him and have a wee dram while I'm watching this program because it was reminding me. It was so funny. So I went and poured a dram and sat and had that and had a wee kind of reminisce of the old boy that I used to enjoy sitting having a dram with, down beside my mother-in-law. So it was a good night. It was a lovely drama.
Yes, I'm quite enjoying this.
So I was looking at some distillery tour stuff to get and to go and visit. So again, I had to do a wee visit down to Gala the other week. There I was introducing a new chaplain into Gala Rugby Club. So on the way back, we went down the A7, which seemed to take, hours to get there, and decided that when I was coming back, I wasn't going to come back up the A7. So I nipped into Melrose, kind of 5 minutes round the corner, and come back up the A68. But of course, as I came through Path Head, heading back into Edinburgh, I saw the signpost for Glen Kinchy, and I thought, oh, right.
We need to do Glen Kinchy.
Well, that's what I said. I said to myself, Clark and I need to do Glen Kinchy. That's a must. It must be on the tour. Having been to that Johnny Walker experience and tasting the Glen Kinchy when we were there, it was like, I need to go and visit that. So the next time we've got the caravan out towards North Berwick or something, we need to.
That's right.
Or Musselburgh or something like that. No, so we'll need to do that.
It's handy if you take a driver because it doesn't drink.
Well, I think I know one. It might cost us. It might cost us a coffee, but
no, that's fine.
I'm sure we could stretch to that. Even a cake. You know,
I
to
think
go
it would
with
cost
their
two
coffee.
coffees and 2 cakes, to be honest with you.
Well, there you are. I mean, I think that's value for money.
Aye, I agree with
you. So I've given this Clark an
you.
83. An 83.
Oh, very good, Willie. Aye. Well, I've given it an 80. And
Right.
I think I maybe have been a bit mean on it, actually, because it is really very nice. I'm looking back on my previous ones, you know.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
And 80s is I've given a lot of 80s recently, actually, when I look back at my book. I think it's fly
Got me
buzzing
fruit.
about you.
Fly bothering me.
Aye, there's no fruit in this room either.
I know. Well, there might be in here.
I would have thought so.
Oh.
I would have thought so.
But, no, that's nice.
Aye, it's bonny, aye. I've maybe been a bit harsher. I should have maybe given it another couple of points or so. But it's what I felt when I was writing it down.
Yep. No, well, I'm the same. I've kind of, I've scored it the same right across the board, just about. Apart from the nose, I gave the nose was the only thing I scored it down on, and the rest I've scored it. So you've obviously given it 20 across the boards, have you? Just about.
I gave it an 18 on the nose and a 22 on the palate.
Right.
Because I like the taste.
I've given it a 20 on the nose, and I've scored it 21 across the rest. As an overall impression as well. Eh?
You've been a kind of point ahead of me all the way.
Aye. No, I like it.
But it's nice, aye.
Aye, I don't know how I'm going to. It's actually for me quite a maritime smoky one for me, because it's got that saltiness of the sea, and it's got the smokiness that we want. And I think it's very light in the way that it's done. So no, hopefully.
There's a lot of it clinging to the glass, Willie.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But it doesn't taste as if it's. You know,
no, it doesn't.
You would think that would have a lot of kind of sugary sweetness in it and whatever, but it's lovely.
There's a lot of that clinging to the glass.
It's quite viscous when you see it going around the glass. You know, it's no oily or sticky to the glass. It's lovely. So.
Well, there you go. The success in a
success in a nosing glass. Aye, it's been excellent. So this is the first time in a wee while, as I said. It's been great to get back. We'll make sure that everybody knows where we are and that they can catch up with us at some point if they want. So they can find us on www.inthetastingbothy.com, or if they want to follow us on our Instagram page where I kind of normally post a photo of what we've actually done tonight on that. So we'll do that and
better send you a photo.
No, I've got one, so you're all right.
That's fine. Good.
I'll go in and get one of these stock photographs off the thing of it. So, but yeah, there's a couple more that we need to get done, and then we'll catch up with some of the ones from last year that we haven't done yet. You know, we've got so many bottles here that we did last year that we've not put online and we should do, and we'll try and do that. And then I'll get in touch with Cliff and Colin and some of the other lads who have said they'll come on. I'd like to get the lads for Wee County, you know, on as well. They do their tastings. They've got a bus going to Fintry this weekend to do a tasting there. So I'd like to get them on and maybe publicise their next tasting in November, wherever it's going to be and what they're going to do. So I'll drop them a wee line and see if Alan and Gus are available to come on and do a wee chat with us, and we'll find a dram that we've all got, and we can do that together, and then they can tell us about what they do as part of their. It's a charity thing that they do, so all your money that goes to pay for your drams, then goes to charity, and then they donate that to, you know, whatever charity they're going to support that month. And it's great. I quite like watching them. I haven't joined them yet on a tasting, simply because I've not been available to do it. So, but we'll get that. That may be one that we can get a driver to take us across to wherever they're holding it. If it's in Alva or Telacootery or wherever, they can go for a coffee to Sterling or Mills or whatever else, and we can we can have a tasting with them, and the girls can go for that. They can do that because that's what they like doing.
See what you're saying.
Just get the driver. The drivers can go and do that while we have a wee tasting, and then they can bring us back home again.
I like the way you think.
I know, but I've got to get you to convince your wife that the way I think's a good idea. I know, and then I need you to convince my wife that that's a good idea too. Not that we're fair to each other's wives.
We could tell them a story that kind of makes it sound like something they want to do.
Oh, well, that's very much the case. We could do that. You fancy going for a coffee? We're going to go here. Just drop us off there.
There you go, see. but well, we're there.
Yeah. Anyway, before we chat on a wee bit longer, I'll end the broadcast. We can have a wee chat, and then we'll see the folks later on. So, good night, everyone. Have a great evening. This is for Jim and Bill at the Beach Grove Garden. So we'll see you. So, thanks again for joining us in the tasting bothy, and we'll catch you all soon. Good night, folks. Good night.
Good night.